If you've been trading for a few months and still blowing accounts, I want you to stop for a second and stop blaming yourself. See, most beginner traders and even any trader isn't failing because of their lack of knowledge or lack of strategy, but it is usually because of the wrong asset, or known as the wrong pair. And this is what I mean. You might have the perfect strategy, the perfect risk management setup, but when you trade a particular pair, either it moves extremely fast for your strategy or even for your mental, or it barely moves. And this is why in 2026, I forgot about gold and started trading these three assets, plus an additional one as well. So what I want to do is break step by step how you can actually scale an account, grow an account effectively, and start making profits. If you don't know who I am, I go by Solo TV, and here on my YouTube channel, we done live streams and took a $4,000 to $40,000 every single trade we took via live. And being that, I'm here to show you guys how I was able to do that and still do that consistently. And that, my friend, is one by having this consistent trading plan that I literally pin in front of me every time I take a trade, and then also breaking that down step by step in this video with the three assets you should be trading and considering this year in 2026. Let's go ahead and get to it. So how does this strategy works? My 1 minute scalping rule. I only trade during one session only. I only wait when I see liquidity. Liquidity is the most valuable part of this entry model. And then I enter on a pullback. The reason why pullback is so important is because this will determine when you should actually get in a trade and when the market is done pulling back, so you're ready to get in. Once it traps in my golden zone levels, that is when I'm topping in for entry. And for my risk tolerance and risk management strategy, as I have here as step 1 and also looking at step 2, my compounding strategy and my risk percent strategy, we stick to a minimum of a 1 to 2 for this particular strategy in these assets. We're not going to be chasing and we're not going to be guessing. We're going to be straight on point every fucking time we trade. Now let's talk about the pair breaks down. So the first one we're going to talk about is my favorite, is GBP yen, the momentum pair. So the time we want to trade this for this particular strategy is London and New York overlapping, 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. What you should be looking for is 1, the liquidity sweep of London highs and London lows. 2, a strong impulsive candle after the sweep. Let me break this down. So imagine you had a range, and within this range, you had resting liquidity at the top and resting liquidity at the bottom. The goal is, when you're trading, the markets wants money. Big dogs, small dogs, all types of people want money. In order for you to assume that price is ready to accumulate or distribute, you wanted to first grab liquidity. So if we were looking at this in a range going sideways, known as consolidation, let's just say that we need to see market breaking past this line. Once this happens, this is what we now call a liquidity sweep, and this is what we need in order for us to identify our entry model. So simply, we're looking for market to wipe out all of this right here. Let's just imagine this was all money and it took it all by creating what we call this long tail wick. And it can even be something like this. If we get a very huge displacement candle known as an engulfing candle or a bearish engulfing candle, this is what it will look like. It's just a large body candle. If we get that, that is okay. The problem is you don't enter, or you don't assume this is a liquidity grab. You wait on the next candle to look identical just like that. It needs to have a long wick and a small body. Once that occurs, then we now know that this right here is a valid area for us to look for buys. That right there is how you can look for the proper liquidity sweep if executed right. Now, after we got that all broken down, next part is how to actually trade this. We want to mark out the session's highs and the lows. Why is this important? Because like I broke down before, when you look at a range, the highest and the lowest, which is just the top, the bottom, support, resistance, those are usually liquidities. So when we see the high and the low per session, like London session is here, New York session or Asian session is here, we are using these as our sweep or our potential sweep of liquidity. What happens is, after we see that, the next play is the fib impulsive play. What do I mean by that? Let me break it down. So let's assume this is our London session high, and let's assume that this is our London session, low. And then now we're entering into New York session right here. So let's just put some lines as this is now our NY session. So right here's our NY session. What we need to see next is, let's just say the market was coming from a previous uptrend, and this is what we were seeing all in here. What we now need to see is liquidity either sweep out the high or sweep out the low. So let's assume that the liquidity is coming down here to sweep out the low. Now that we see liquidity has swept this low, the next play is we want to get our previous range. So what I mean by previous range is the previous trend. Where was the trend previously? It was here. So we're going to now draw out a Fibonacci retracement. You see that once that is drawn out, there's two levels that you guys probably don't have in your Fibonacci. And I'm going to just tell you right now, if you go into your Fibonacci retracement settings, you can enter this in any box. It does not matter. You're going to enter in negative 0.27%. If that does not work, do negative 0.27%. And then the next zone level is going to be negative 0.618. And if that does not work, you can do negative 618%. So if you're using Tradelocker, TradingView, MT4, MT5, this is what you can do. Now, after you have that in your settings, the next thing is very important. Once liquidity has swept out with that large wick as we identify, let's just say that this was the wick right here, we then now wait on what we call an engulfing candle. Once we get that engulfing candle, we can then now go ahead and buy it. The question is, where are we buying this to? I don't understand. Before we get to that part, the next question is, do we even buy right now? Even if this is an engulfing candle, how do I know this is a valid engulfing candle and something that's not going to fake me out? This is where I mentioned golden levels. Within the Fibonacci, there's also two other settings you need, and you can put this in any box. This is going to be the 44%. And then the next one, you need the 61.8%. And that is it. Once you have these two levels, this is going to be your golden level. So you can go ahead and highlight this if you want to, or you can go ahead and put the golden color if you want to, just for your visualization. But here's where it gets really interesting. If you trade POI, AOI, support resistance, supply demand, order blocks, and so forth and so forth and so forth, fair value gaps, guess what? You can eliminate all the noise and only focus on whatever is in between these two levels. So if I was to draw my fibs from this point to this point, and my golden zone levels is right here, we already got the liquidity sweep in the golden zone level in an engulfing candle, my friend, that is the most valid trade you can take. And the reason being is because Fibonacci sequence has been established since 19th century. And within this, we use the Fibonacci sequence for everything. We use it for math. We use it for structure. Doctors use it. We use it for art. It is pretty much the nature of the humanity, just everything. This isn't something I'm just creating off my ass. This is something that's been here since we've been born pretty much. And what I'm getting at is using this Fibonacci play can really help elevate your trading. So if we wait just on that simple setup, we have a trade, and then now we take our trade to these levels, either the negative 0.27 or the negative 0.618, still making sure you follow your risk management plan, which is always still go for a minimum 1 to 2. So if this trade was a minimum 1 to 1 or not even a 1 to 1 minimum, you can't trade this. If this trade was to be a 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 at these levels from this entry, then this is a valid trade for you to take. That is literally how you can get this right, by executing this. And this is called my 3-man standing strategy. Now, even though I gave you everything you need to know, there's still 2 more pairs that I really want to touch on, because there's actually one pair that I trade 98% of the time that is literally helping me scale my account. Also, by the way, if you guys look here, this is me showing you that I was able to make $25,000 in literally a day from trading silver and also trading oil, which is now my favorite 2 assets to trade. I also got a video that you guys can watch, a bunch of videos on how to trade silver. I've created a playlist tailored to silver, and also I'm creating a playlist tailored to oil, just because these are my 2 go-to assets that I trade that makes me a lot of money, and I'm here to show you guys how I do it. Now, number 2 is my favorite, also USOIL, which is a slow but very predictable, and it's very beginner friendly, and I'm gonna explain why. The best times that I trade this is actually in my trading plan, as well as one of my top assets. I've been trading this for years now. Is New York, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern time, the best window to trade. You still want to look for the same thing, previous daily high and previous daily low, you only look for New York open liquidity grabs. Now, one quick thing about the oil compared to GJ is let New York sweep overnight range. So another thing I noticed with oil during London is very impulsive. And usually you get a sweep of liquidity when it happens. Sometimes you don't. Most of the time you also get what we call a big old full trend known as a wave. But regardless, what I'm getting at is let New York sweep the overnight range. Then you wait for the rejection. And then you use the field play. And then from the field play, you enter from the pullback with the volume confirmation, which is just a liquidity sweep with that engulfing candle. Now, as far as the entry model, it's the exact same thing. Nothing changed. Now, since you guys understand oil and understand GJ, I want to show you the last asset for those that maybe don't want oil or maybe don't want GJ. Here's another one that you guys can tap into that's going to do very well. And that, my friend, is going to be NASDAQ, the fast but very structured asset. If you want something that is super aggressive and very impulsive, NASDAQ is it. If you want something that is more user-friendly and very structured, oil is it. I personally trade oil over NASDAQ, but that's me. And then you have GBP yen for anybody that's just interested in trading Forex pairs. That is probably both of best worlds. You get structured and you get impulsive. So if you want a hybrid mode, go with GBP yen. NASDAQ, with this strategy, US stock market open hours is 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. This is going to be the exact same setup and the exact same structure. So I'm not going to get into too much details because I'm going to just carry this video out very long. So that being said, if you guys ever need a broker to sign up with, there's a site that is pretty popular called TradeLockerBrokers.com. You can just go there and look at any brokers that you want that uses Tradelocker, as this is the new innovative tool that I use to trade as well. Once again, if you guys want more like this, comment down below that I do want more like this, because I will even break it more in depth in the charts as I've done with previous videos. And other than that, your boy Solo, you can get in my community for free. And I'll see you guys in my next video.